Good evening, I'm Denise Dalgleish. I am here at APAC Energy Transition Week at our Gala dinner, and I'm here today with Wendy Farmer. Wendy, can you tell us a little bit about, who you are, what you do, and where you're from and why the work that you do is meaningful to you?
Where I'm from, I was actually born at your lawn, so I was born in the open cut. It's a little bit of a joke. But, I've seen what's happening in our community, the changes that are happening, and we've got the biggest opportunity right now to make a difference and make an impact in what is happening as we transition our energy. We can ignore it, we can fear it, but it's not going to do anything. So as community members, and so I do a lot of community advocacy work, and actually making sure that communities can work with governments, can work with industry, and sit at many tables to make sure that we can influence the positive aspects of the renewable energy transition, whether it be gender equality or whether it be environmental impacts or whatever. Right now what we're doing is changing. The companies are closing. Energy Australia will close in less than 2 years. It's pretty scary for Victoria. That then leaves Loy Yang A and Loy Yang B. We have to create the next energy that Victoria needs. We're in a state of urgency that we must create it. So why not take part in making sure that it's good and it's good for communities?
I felt that myself, I think, Wendy. I mean, I know, and in fact, I come from the Hunter Valley in New South Wales, and my father was a coal miner. So I do feel this sense of urgency, and I know how many coal-fired power generators are actually closing down around Australia and how quickly they are doing it. And I know also we are also scaling up our energy needs. Are building so many things like data centres and so forth that have huge energy needs to support our ongoing, development of technology and so forth like AI. So I really do feel from you a sense of urgency, and I feel that too. Do you think that people out there in the communities do understand just how urgent this is?
Look, I think there's a real mixed amount of people that know that things are changing, and in fact a lot of the workers understand that things are changing because they're in that field. The coal communities themselves feel that the coal industry has been part of their lives and we need to continue it, not really understanding that these industries are closing, that they are going. There is no money for investment in coal, in gas, in fossil fuels. The other thing is, as we look back at what happened in Germany, where they had the risk of energy security, because of wars. Yeah. Most wars are started over fossil fuels. Yeah. We have this opportunity now to not only create industries in our own backyards, but create our own energy, make our own energy at home. But guess what? Someone doesn't want us to do that. They want us to keep buying their oil, their petrol, their diesel, their gas. They want us to continue buying that, but we can create it at home ourselves. So why wouldn't we?
I think that's a really great point, because I think if the war in the Middle East has shown us anything, it is how, susceptible we are to energy shortages when something happens like the Strait of Hormuz shuts. And then we are incredibly vulnerable, and I think that is such a great reason to really be looking to generating our own supplies of energy. And the other thing that I was just thinking when I was listening to you speak, even though a lot of those coal-fired power generators are shutting down, there is a huge workforce there that has transferable skills. And I just wondered if you, knew whether that was a message that was getting through in areas like Gippsland or whatever, where there will be a workforce who will have desirable skills to transfer into renewable energy.
Yeah, so, power industry themselves can look at how they can transfer into new energies. But we've been so slow. We've been fast in the energy transition, but we've been slow. So the jobs aren't looking like they're going to match a closure in 2 years from your lawn to actually jobs in offshore wind, which may not happen for several years. So but we must also remember that in this transition, we have this opportunity for the diversity in energy. We have seen generations of my great-grandfather and my grandfather and my father and my brother and my uncle and so forth have worked in the power industry. So when we transition, this is more than just the workers. It's about communities. It's about how we all play a part in it. And tonight is about diversity, right? It's about sustainability and diversity. And that diversity means our daughters can actually put their hand up and say, I work in the power industry. And it's something that we haven't seen, and we haven't seen the support for and the belief, because we look at, my dad's does this, therefore I can do this as a male. But we've got the biggest opportunity to address the needs of communities. And that's where I think it's exciting, okay? So not only are we transferring workers, but we must take the communities with us. We must take all genders with us. We must create a diverse. One of the things about Australia, Victoria, is that diversity and that the culture and the caring nature that we have. And while sometimes we can look at the outside world and think we don't have a caring society, we absolutely do. I can guarantee if I walked past somebody in the street falling over, I would stop to help. And so would you.
Of course.
And so would most other people. We do care about our neighbour, no matter where they come from. While some may want to change that and say, well, we don't, Australia is built on migration. And we are so lucky that we can experience all those different cultures in the way we live. And I think we've got to, really embrace that, and build on that. Let's be the caring community. Let's not be we don't care about our neighbours, we don't care about the people down the street. Let's care. Let's do things, but not only for our community, but for nature. Sustainability, the other theme of tonight, let's have a sustainable world. A healthy environment is a healthy community. A healthy community is a healthy environment. Make sure we build that.
Yeah. Look, I've got some great hope for Victorians. I think we're an amazing state, and I think if any state can take this forward, it can be us. So thank you so much, Wendy Farmer, for your thoughts and insights this evening. Thank you very much for joining us.